let everybody kind of get over. I just tweeted that I was going live in Shauna's place. I have a couple things to show you that I got. And maybe a little project to work on. Hi, Joycey. Hi, Shauna. I turned the laminator on so we can laminate that piece from the other day that we put the gel on. So I have a piece of Yupo or craft plastic, and it's got the Deco foil gel transfer, and I've got a mishmash. I was just trying to use some of the leftover, and then this is just some parchment paper, and this is turned on and ready through the 3 milliliter. My switch toggles to the left for 3 ml and to the right. No, I toggled it the wrong way. To the right for the 3 ml and to the left for the 5 ml. And all you have to do is just kind of get it in there and apply a little pressure and it'll feed. I haven't laminated anything with it, but when we go back to school, I'll probably use the laminating. Hi, Linda. Hi, CB. And hi, Elaine. And then I'll show you what else I got since I saw you last week. And this is just an Amazon Basic laminator. All right. I'm going to turn that off and set it back to the side. It does get a little hot on the top. I just have it where I can grab it and put it on my desk when I need it and then set it to the side. I need to reorganize my craft room and my carts because I've shifted my interest and I'm not really using the acrylic paint as much. So right to the side of me on this side is a cart with a bunch of acrylic inks. So I think I'm going to move those to a different cart and put the alcohol inks right there. So I'm not having to pull it off a shelf and put it on a shelf. So let me take this out. And then I can use that parchment paper again. And then all you have to do is pull the foil off. That piece wasn't covering much. I used different metals on this. So that was the Baroque stencil. So all I did was put some inks down and move it around and then put the gel transfer, let it dry overnight. And then I just put the foil. And then I can still use this foil and what's left on here when I'm doing the pull it up and get the ridges and I want to put it on the dry foil. So that's how the laminator works that I bought. And it was like $30 and I got the 13 wide. So I got 2 books in this week. The first one was Drawing Realistic Faces, and I'm pretty sure that Janet has shown this, and I bought it used. It's in perfect condition. I mean, perfect. It's when I was doing the faces with Lena, and I was doing something, and I realized I didn't really have a great reference book. So I just got this because it has drawn eyes, noses, hands, different angles of faces. And to me, this was the best comprehensive reference book that different types of eyes and shapes, noses at different, straight on, side, lips. So I just wanted, like I said, I bought it used. And then I got this for like $2 plus shipping. So altogether it was like $6. And it's a hard copy of Sherry C. Nelson's Painting Animal Gardens. And I know Janet has shown this too. For each project. So like here's a black bear and a bird. She gives you the colors of acrylics she uses. So whether I was going to do this in watercolor or acrylics or colored pencil, it gives you a color palette. She's using the Deco Arts Americana, so those is your color reference. She gives you a sketch and some reference photos. And then she has step outs, how she did it with acrylic. So she has in this book, she even has metric conversions. So in this book, she's got all your basic stuff about materials, painting backgrounds, transferring the design, the palette, loading the brush, animal fur. She does an animal black that is discussed in one book that's real interesting and uses 3 colors that she mixes, which I think I'm going to save an empty craft bottle and make a mix of that acrylic just for my underpainting for colored pencil work. But there's the black bear, a chipmunk, a possum, a lop-eared rabbit, a gray squirrel, a fawn, a cottontail rabbit, a kitten, a puppy, a gray fox in this book. So that gives you some pretty good reference for some basic animals if you want to, and walks you through like how to lay in the fur, and most of her backgrounds are pretty soft. So I got that, but I only paid like I said, I paid like $6. I took the Painting Birds book and I picked out the 3 ones that I wanted to do and zoomed in. I haven't done it because I don't have this close detail vision right now, but I picked out a bird for each canvas that I wanted to do. So I'll work on those, but like I said, that probably won't be till the fall because I don't see myself having till I have the second surgery. Okay, so here's what I have to wear. My left eye is perfect, like 25/20 with no glasses at a distance. I can't see close up, which I'll never see close up with the left, with after the cataract surgery. The right eye is bad. Even with glasses, it's bad. It's like, it's either 40/20 or 60/20 with glasses. So here's what I'm wearing right now. Can y'all see? This is my right eye. This is my left. This is my left eye. There's no lens. I had to take the lens out. So that allows me to see like the TV or walk and look at people and talk to them. But it doesn't allow me to do close-up work except for, and these aren't bifocals. So I'll need cheaters. He thinks I'll need a magnification of a 2 or a 2.5. But until I get the second eye done, I can't really wear cheaters because you can't wear these plus cheaters. So Bob suggested we go ahead and just try a pair of cheaters for when I want to just do artwork, because a lot of times I might take my glasses off. But I'm going to see today. I'm going to work on a bunny and see how it is working. Because before I was always hunching over and getting close, but that was because I couldn't see. So I kind of want to play with it. So let me finish showing you what I bought. I bought one of those nail polish stands because I did order the Marabou alcohol inks that Kathy and Eileen ordered. So I ordered one of these to set those inks on when they come, and my other things that don't fit in the Rangers. So that way the stuff that doesn't fit in the Rangers The Pinata has a new set coming out that I'm going to order, which has 5 new colors and a new formulated silver. Hi, Dot. So the other thing I got for this project is I got a set of the Timmy stencils, the minis. These are the only, so it's got the rulers. Janet will be happy I have rulers in the house. It's got a web design, which I like. I have something similar to this, and it's got an eye chart. The reason why it has an eye chart is that's what I needed. So and I don't know how this is going to go. So this will be an experiment. I want to do a bunny for my surgeon, the eye doctor, Dr. Shu. Let me move the camera slightly. Sorry. I'll straighten it. And I think so. Yesterday I made some distressed medical tissue. This piece, I just put it on a cutting board and sprayed. This is actually the back side. This is the side I sprayed. For some reason, I really like when you put it on the tissue, I like the underside. And the creases and the wrinkles in it are from how the water went through in some places and not through in others. So there's 2 blues and a green and how they mix with some yellow. And then I also have a yellow with the spice marmalade. So I'm going to use that on the bunny. Their office is gray. So I want to do a bunny, an eye doctor bunny with the ophthalmologist theme. That's why I got this stencil, is because I wanted to use this in the background. And I know I want the background to be yellow. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to use the yellow and the orange paper, but I'm also may use the Distress Oxides. The other thing that I have is I have a bunny ready. I think I want to do the bunny separate and then put it on the background because it's very hard to get around the bunny sometimes. At first I was going to do it the regular way, but I think I'm just going to do the piece of paper and then put the bunny, after we have the background, then put the bunny down. So this bunny I'll save and use another day. That's no big deal. And I know I want the bunny to be the teal and the green to the gray. I pulled from an old, I pulled some teal, some matte paper, a piece of paper, a jelly print from Kathy Berg, and that's what I'm going to use on the bunny for papers. I also have some steampunk rub-ons that I thought I might use some of the numbers here and there somehow on the background or on the bunny. So I pulled these papers. They're from an old encyclopedia, and they're optical instruments. They have pictures of the eye and different. And then this is the eye in seeing and breaks down the eyeball. And I think I want to use one of these pages to make his lab coat, because I'm going to put him in a coat, like a doctor's lab coat with that V cut in, and then we'll put a tie in that little V area. So I want to pick one, and then the rest of these I thought I'd tear up and use on the background and the Distressed Oxide and then stencil. So I'm trying to decide if I want pictures or just words about the eyes. I think just words, to be honest. Unless we put some of this. So let me get that's okay. He's a little too wide on this side, so let's just trim that. That works. So let's use this one. All right, I'm gonna just use the outline of the bunny. Let me get a pencil. I'm just sketching in. Kind of where the collar will be of the coat. And might use some buttons. And then this will be where the the bow tie will go. So that gives me his coat. And I have his nose. Okay, this will go on the background. We'll work on the background in just a few minutes. I'm thinking the pockets will be here. I wanted to have a pocket and have some stuff coming out of the pocket. I think and we'll put the marker will cover up that pencil. And what I'll do is I'll cut a slit right here so that we can put some stuff hanging out of that pocket. Hi, Glenda. Hi, Kathy. I promise I will not ban you today, Kathy. Hi, Mark. Hi, Galena. CB, I think I said hi to you earlier, but if not, hello. Hi, Lena, if you're lurking. Okay, so there's one pocket. And I think I'll put his name on there. Actually, I'll put his pocket and I'll put his name over here. Like stitched. Like, you know, it's usually stitched. And we'll figure out what we want to hang out of the pocket. I thought about, you know, old time, and this is real old timey. You know how they would, I'm just looking for a piece of white paper. You know how they would have those circle things that they wore on their head when they did surgery? I thought about doing that with a piece of bling in the middle, maybe. Hi, Lena. I love your flamingo girls. They have been so cute. So what do we think? Should we put this on his head? I wish I had glasses, but I may have to just draw a pair or cut something that looks like glasses. But for the most part, he gets rid of glasses. Yeah? Yes? Okay. I think so too, Elaine. I think it should be in. Oh, we can use something from this. I think I'm going to use. I think I just want to use text. But I'm tempted to use one of these bands right here because it's already in a band and it's talking about the eye. It won't be all of the band, and I'm going to have to curve it. To make it fit. I'm going to cut it. Okay, I think that'll work. It's a little over the edge right now, but that's fine. And then I think I'm going to use an eyeball. Unless I find something, the other option is to use something. That's an eyeball, and I could put the bling, because they had like a. What I might make coming out of his pockets is a pair of glasses. Not sure I'm going to keep that. Might need to have it shaped a little different. I also am going to look in my neutral metallic drawer and see if I have something that might be better, that because it's silver, for the middle. Like I have this, and that might be better with the bling in the middle of it, like the light bulb bling. Let me get up. I think this size. I think I kind of like that better. In fact, I might even make it a little more silver. Like shiny silver. I'll use the eyeball on the background somewhere. All right, let me get the Deco Arts has a metallic silver that is so good. Okay. It's got a skin over it because I haven't used my acrylics in so long. All right, I'm going to use my heat gun to blister that a little. Okay, so that'll work. And like I said, we'll put a piece of bling in the middle. Just like a round. All right, now the ears. Okay, he's going to be like a lemon green right in here and then go to the teal to the gray. So I think I'm thinking I want that. I think I want matte paper. This has magicals on it. And that's what I'm leaning towards is a little of this and the matte paper. So I think I'll use this has the shimmer right in here. And I'll use a little on the cheek, and that's all the paper I'm going to use. Okay, just dry fit. paper on the cheeks. And let's actually think I won't go without the tear that. It's not bad. I think I'll try this one again. Needs more on the bottom. I tore too much across the bottom. I think that's a little more even. Okay. Yeah, it's going to go to the eye doctor. Dr. Chu. He looks like a minor bunny, yeah. But he'll look like a doctor more when we get the background, he'll look more like, you'll get the gist that he's an eye doctor. Okay. Okay, that'll go in there somehow. I'll tear it in just a minute. Let's do the other one first. Okay, now we'll go in there. It needs to come in just a little on that side. Okay. That map paper up. Okay, well, let's it's either this or this. This has little circles and white, and this has the blue and the green. This is from Kathy Berg. It's telephone paper. I think I'll use it. Not sure the pattern will show up that much, but I kind of like the green shimmer. So that'll go on there somehow. Right now, my depth perception is kind of weird. When I think because of the 2 eyes, not, so I don't think that'll work. May have to trim. All right, and the jacket, when we go in with the gray, this is slick already. So I think I'm going to come in with the gray and black pit pins. And then soften it in just a minute. So let's take a damp brush. Well, all I did there was take it off. Well, I'll come in and add some blue and some shadows. So that works basically. Let's go ahead and start putting his parts on. And I'm just using Mod Podge. And actually, I'm going to use some glue stick too today. I'm going to use glue stick on this because I'm not sure how the water and this are going to do. And I don't want it to wrinkle at this point yet. Oh, I need to make glasses too before we need to decide what we're putting in that pocket. So I'm going to leave that folded back right now. What do we want? I have this little like bingo thing. I think I'm going to use that in there. And then I think I'm going to maybe we can make a pair of glasses to stick in there, or we could even draw just a pair of glasses on there. Yeah, and if you look at it, it's all eye stuff. I wish I had I think I'm just gonna freehand. So I think if you're looking at it, you can tell it's glasses. Okay, this will go on last. He needs his ears on. Okay, this ear goes over here. I don't like to tear. I think I'll use glue stick today, right now, because this is not the heavy watercolor paper. That's not bad. And I'll just nip this little part of the ear right here. Put this little cheek on. That's where I'm struggling, is where, like, when I'm putting stuff, move his little left cheek. This cheek. This is his other cheek. Move it. It's lined up. That's how it's supposed to sit. How do you? I think we can. I think I can glue that down. Under, you mean like put the cheek over the jacket? Like that? On top? Okay. Okay, put that on. Okay, so this needs a little trimming. It's a little trim right here. Oh, you can't even tell I ripped it. Okay, and then that needs a little trimming on this side. Put his nose on there. All right, I think I'm going to wait to put this circle on here until I watercolor him. Okay. I know the bottom of the coat is longer than it needs to be, but I want room for buttons, so I'm going to leave that right now. Okay, so let's put the bunny aside and well, actually, let's go ahead and add his watercolor. Let me get my palette. I didn't use any of that right now. Just trying to stick some of the stuff we're done with back. Move the background paper over here so it doesn't get messy. And I'm going to use a number 12 round. Yeah, the left cheek was under the coat. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to use this. I don't think I'm going to use olive green, but I'm not positive. And I probably want some Payne's gray in the end. I'm going to start with some of this leaf green. And then I'm going to go into the lighter turquoise. I want those two to blend right in there. Okay, clean my brush and kind of soften the edges. that wet. I'm going to come back in with the darker teal here in just a minute. All right, I'll clean my brush. Soften those blends. Fill this in with that lighter color turquoise. I'm going to blot that a little bit and take some of that leaf green and put in here. Yeah, so yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get that around both cheeks. And I'm gonna come in and soften it in just a minute, the dark. I'll bring that dark up there. All right, now I'm gonna clean my brush. I like this side how it did, but this side needs darker. All right, I'm gonna soften some of that. Clean my brush again. Soften this side. It didn't get very dark over here. Okay, I'm going to hit the turquoise. I'll let it bleed out from that corner. And I want darker around this eye. I'm good with this one. There we go, and darker there. All right, I'm gonna clean my brush. Let that bleed and soften that. All right, now I think I need this one darker too. Clean my brush. I'm just gonna add some water and let that kind of wick out. Darken that. Also want to darken right along in here. Where those two papers meet. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Thanks, Mark. I still don't know when mine are going to come, Eileen, because I don't know if they ship on. I haven't gotten an email about shipping. So I think they won't ship until Monday, to be honest. I think that they only work Monday to Friday. Oh, you know what we forgot? Normally I don't think about this because he usually is wearing clothes. I didn't do down. I'm gonna turn them upside down. All right. And I'm actually even going to hit this center with some yellow. We're gonna go, it's gonna have a tie over it. Kind of want them modeled. All right, let's give him a tie. I don't know if I want a bow tie today. He needs a dark green just on the edge. Just kind of, I like that better. He needed that. All right. Need to give him a tie. I think I'm gonna go with like a gray because he always wears like a blue-gray tile, and the gray is in the office, so I want to get some of that gray back in there. So the question is, do we want a tie like that hangs down or a bow tie? Hi, Teresa in blue. Okay. He doesn't wear bow ties, so I kind of thought about a regular tie. Let's try both. All right, I'm gonna fold this in half. Okay, so there's just like a little regular tie. Thank you. I think it'll be pretty. His office is all very gray. Like gray to the tune that they don't even really have a lot of art. They need some art. Okay, so that's option one. This is, I always mess up the middle of the, okay, just a second, let me. Okay, so there would be option 2 is like a bow tie. Now, option 3 could be that we add like a string bow tie. The pieces are not cooperating with me. They're cut, but so option 3 would be like a string bow tie. Yeah, I think he needs abstract art in his office. I should pitch him that idea for free, and then he could sell it. If somebody wanted to buy it from me. The regular one. That's the kind he wears. That's the kind he wears. Is he wears a tie. If he wears a tie, option 1. All right, I agree. Okay, I am going to come in with a turquoise or limey green. I'm going to come in with a watercolor marker. And add like shirt, like collar. Which is another place for a little bling if we want it, but I'm not sure. Okay, so there's his tie. I'm going to come in. Kind of outline it. Okay. I think I'm going to use that same green because I'm still not getting an edge on these ears that I want. It's glue right here too. Okay. I'm going to keep the coat white, but once I get them on, there's a couple places I'll say cuss words. Okay, that puts that back. All right, so I think the bunny's good. He will get buttons. I think I'm gonna put real buttons on his lab coat. Not fake ones, but real buttons. Oh, we need to put his little and we'll add some bling in there in the middle. Just a little circle. Oh, we need to do his eyes, but I would rather put him on and do his eyes. Sorry, Dot. He's going to remain eyeless for a little while. He's in surgery. No eyes yet. All right, let's do the background. Okay, I want to put them right there. Yeah. You have to remember it's going to have a mat. I really kind of want this word sideways. Here's some more words. The words I'll add last. There's an eye. So we'll glue that in. All right, I'm going to work edge to edge. And we'll worry about I'm going to set my ones that I want to be like focal points. All right, and I don't think that this paper, I'm not sure how it will take sprays. Let me spray. No, it didn't do too bad. That didn't do too bad if I do a light mist. But I do want to use some of the paper too that I made. Okay, let's put that over there. Sometimes it's hard to say what this paper is going to do because it's slick. Put our little friends up. Actually, I don't. Here's more that we can cut across for detail. And here's some more. That's the eye and how it looks. I'm going to put this. In here. Some of that's going to get cut off. I want to get it all yellow and marmalade, and then we'll stencil the eye stuff, the pattern for the eye. Because our bunny's going to go kind of in here. So I do need to shorten this. We'll have room for one button. Okay, the bunny will go on there. I think that's enough print on there. All right, so I'm not going to spray down on the table just because I need to. I'm going to hold it. And I'm going to add, this is fossilized amber. And I'm going to spray it off to the side. These are not spraying very well. The lid, the pump. Okay, and then I'm going to put some spice marmalade. See, like, it's not. Okay, there's that. Let me wipe my hand off. Okay. Put those up. And I want to get some of this corn and in places. And it has a little of that green. I'll need to spray these probably separate in a minute. And this is medical tissue. This is all going to get a coat. Cut that off the edge. Okay, let's put that in there. Put that right in here. The bunny will cover some of this, so I'm just trying to build a background. And I like the splatter marks on the tissue. Plus, I think it'll even out where the paper is because there's, you know, it's adding a layer. Okay. It did fade into the... All right, Kathy, bye. See you later. This did lighten. So I'm wondering... what you'll see through some of this. Let's add some wet and see what it does when it gets... It is bleeding some of that off, which I don't care. Because what the paper faded. I'm going to take... That was the spice marmalade. It seems to soak in the paper. So let's let that sit for just a minute. And let's even add some water to it. Right, I'm going to add some of these focal ones. And then I'll get back the sprays back out because I'm going to have to. Might be able to pick enough up. From there. That works pretty good. All right, and then I'm going to have to move that in. A lot of this will get covered up by the bunny. So I'm just trying to, and the mat will cover some of it up too. I need a credit card. This paper wants to bubble in places because it's slick. Okay, let's take and put that one in here. Okay, that is pretty good for that background, like a base. And we're going to do some stencil work. gonna put the glue up. Thanks, Joycey. Okay. So now I need some black paint and a sponge. This is Deco Arts Carbon Black. Let me dry this just a little bit. Tissue away. I'm just trying to let that dry and grab a few things. Put a few things away. All right, I'm turning on the heat gun. Thank you, Elaine. All right, so what I'm going to do is take black acrylic and a sponge. And then this is the stencil from Tim Holtz. And just pounce in. Now some of these will be visible like straight on, and some of them will be covered by the mat. That tore, but I don't care. Just make it grungy. I just need to get it off the stencil. Right, let me put him back on. I think I'm going to put a big E right here where that tore up paper. I'm going to put it right in here. And I think I'm going to put it right in here. Most that'll go under the bunny. Most that's going to be under the mat. Let's get the bottom right here. I don't know if I like that big E right there. I wish I'd gone higher up with that. Let's find something from the paper to add. That will block some of that out. Okay. Let's put that there. And we'll push back some of the stencil work too. Let's put that one there. Cover up most of that E. that in there. All right, and let's move the rabbit. And I'm gonna get the spray back out. I'm gonna get the yellow. Okay, that looks a little dark, but like I said, it soaks into that paper. And then we can glue the bunny down here in a minute. Might have to go in with some brighter paint on a couple of those places. Is it too dull? Get rid of the black. We put the stencils up because I'm done with those. All right. Glue our friend. This is just dull. Does it need to be brighter? That's the paper is duller than it's the oxide part of it. But I'm gonna just leave it. All right, let's give him a coat. I'm gonna use a different brush because I don't want to get, and I'm gonna move quick. All right. let's take a clean side of this card. We apply pressure. And I cleaned it up with a baby wipe. Okay. Okay, I think our bunny's on there. I need some. Okay, I need to make sure that there's glue where his eyelashes are going to go. And I need to add a layer of glue to his coat. So I think some of that got rubbed off. Okay, put the glue up, let it dry. Yeah, the bunny's going to be able to see soon. Soon. And Dottie can relax. That has to dry real good before I use the Faber-Castell pit markers. Anywhere. Let's heat gun. Okay, there's an area that's not glued down on the side that I got it glued. Thanks, Kimberly, and hi, by the way. That little ear was trying to come up. Your Mod Podge tube is red, Mark. That means you've gotten paint in it. Would be my guess. Or you have a red label instead of yellow. It's probably gloss instead of matte. You probably have an orange red. That's probably gloss. I don't buy gloss. I buy matte. So that's probably just a different, like I said, it's matte. Okay, let's do his eyes. Get a layer of brown in there. Let that kind of set up. I'm going to do his nose. Okay, and then he needs, for the nose, I do like commas. Okay, and I think I'm going to come in with a turquoise marker. And just kind of shade that in. Lost some of his collar on his shirt. Okay. And then on his lab coat, I'm going to add some like blue shadowing. Even a little lavender. On the edges, maybe go with a little blue and a little lavender. And I'm going to come in with the gray in a minute. On the edges. And these markers work like regular markers if you are on paper. But if you're on gel medium that's dry, you have time to blend. Okay, let's that side right there. Need to pick out a button here in a minute. And you have a little bit of time to wipe back. Okay. I'm going to take just a little bit of white opaque paint. I want to get some white back in here in the lapels. Okay, I like that. It just needed to be whitened. All right, I'm going to put in some blue where the lenses are, like there's glass. I'm going to push back some of that black that was behind the glass. So I'm going to take some of this light blue. And I'll come back in with the Posca in a minute. And this white paint is not covered with gel medium, so I have to be careful or you'll clog the nibs of the markers. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. And come in with the dark brown on the eyes. Okay. And then paint pens. White. Black. I'll put the black in first for the eye. Let that dry. Okay, I just put a little reflection. Got a little corner bumped up. Let's also take, I'll come back and add the highlights and the eyelashes in just a minute. Let's take and put some black around here. And pull it in because I want to make it look kind of like it's concaved. We'll pick out a button and let me get this wet. I got a little black right in here. Okay, I think I'm going to take his name and go over it in white paint pen and then hit it with red when it's dry. I'm going to let that dry and then I'm going to hit it with red. And so his name will be stitched in red. All right, let's find the button box. I need a jar because right now they're in a box. I'm kind of thinking just a gray button. Nothing super exciting. Thinking just that one gray button. Actually, I need to get the mat and see where it's going to be before I decide the size. Let me get the mat real quick. Yeah, it's going to have to be the smaller button. I'm not even sure a 3D button. A paper button might be better because it's going to hit right where the mat does. So I think I'll just do a paper button or paint a button on it. That'll work. Because once you get the mat on it, it's very, you're just going to see that. You're not even going to see the button. To be honest, you're not even going to see a button. We'll put the gem there. Okay, I need to get a piece of paper. Thank you, Elaine. Okay, that probably doesn't show up on the camera, but when you look up close, you can read it. Okay, let's put the white highlight in the eye. All right, now put these markers up. And we'll get the skinny marker out. And do the eyelashes. Just trying to put stuff back so I have more room to work. Thank you, button. Okay. All right. This is a 0.6, 0.2, 0.4. That should. Okay, so I'm going to start with the heavier. See, that's what you got to be careful about. That hidden little gel medium. I just pushed down and it squeezed out. Okay. These may not show. Until I put them closer to the screen. I'm going to switch to a different marker. These are new markers, new pens. My glue stick is purple and then it turns clear when it's dry. Let's try these and see if they glide a little better. Oh yeah, these glide better. Okay. I'm going to turn it upside down. Okay. That's good for the eyelashes. I'll take a smaller. That was a 0.3. I'm going to, no, that's bigger. Take a little bit smaller one and pull some of them out. Okay, now I'll take that one I just put back in there, a 1.0. And a 0.4. I'll try those for the. Okay. Okay, that works for the first set of the, now I'll take a smaller pen. And add tinier, wiry. Okay, I think that works. It's got Dr. Shu right here. I'm going to sign it on this side. Well, I can see with both eyes and I have the right cheaters. I didn't do too bad considering I didn't feel like I had to lean in that much. So I actually was fairly pleased with, you know, I was leaning in maybe just to compensate. So let's get him where he's, well, actually, before I do that, I'm going to take a real quick picture of him without, I'm going to turn the overhead light off. When I take my pictures, I always turn the overhead light off. And the lights that I have up here, I flip up. So they're not directly. So I'm trying to avoid glares. Okay. So that way I have a picture of him not in the mat. Then I can use him on like Society 6 and stuff. Okay. That's where he's going to live. Because maybe that might be one of the things I could do is do a set like a doctor, a nurse. Some professions might be fun to do. A nurse would be good. The nurse 1 week, and then what I'll do while I have it not in a mat and the lights are still flipped, I'll take a picture with the mat. Then it's ready to put in the bag. And like I would list it on Etsy, but this won't get listed, of course, in Etsy. Thank you, CB. So maybe we'll do a nurse one. Well, yeah, because we've talked about my art, but he doesn't really know what I do. Because we've talked about it in, you know, like what he was trying to determine, like he said I might want different cheaters for different things. See, so after it's in the cellophane, I don't like to take a picture of it. But that's exciting. I did that with you know, my current condition. The only thing that I have still a problem with is like I didn't put a thing in the middle. The only thing I have a problem with is like some depth perception. Put it back. We need to put he needs a little piece of bling like a light. So here's our choices. Okay, could just be a rhinestone. I may not have any yellow ones. I thought about a yellow. Oh yeah, it could be a yellow rhinestone. Those may be too small. I do have this, but I'm not sure this looks like a light. It matches. Okay, I'm gonna give us 4 choices. I have a larger, gotta stop doing that. I have a larger rhinestone. Okay, so I do have this. And this rhinestone is too small. I think we might need one of these. Lurking is just fine. Well, I always say hi to Lena because I figure she's lurking. Hi, Janice. Maybe. I feel like it needs to be bigger than it is. How about an oval? How about that oval? That looks more like it's like a light. The others weren't big enough. Yeah, I know because you're working. I think the oval one. I think my favorite bunny of all times, there's 2. I like the one we did with all of the typography, but I also really liked Lettuce that Cindy Lou Who bought. I know it's really round, Dot, but I don't have big round. So this will have to do. I have 2 small and I have oval. So I'm going to go with the oval. I don't have any super big rhinestones. So it'll have to be what I have. Okay, I'm just smushing some of the gel out. And that was just gel, Liquitex, heavy gel medium. Glue on the top. I was trying to wipe some of that glue off the top. Okay. But you get the idea. I just wanted it bigger than the little ones were too small. Put this back in the bag. There we go. He's got his bling now. All right, I think that's it for me. I don't know if Gina's going to stream tomorrow or not. If I'm home and she doesn't stream, then I will stream. I'm hoping she's going to watercolor for us, but we'll see. I hope you feel better, Shauna. If we did a nurse one, we can give him a nurse's, not him. If we do a nurse one, we can give her a nurse's cap, like an old-fashioned nurse's cap. And like almost like a candy striper apron. And maybe like a thermometer or all my nursing people start thinking about what would we build in the background. That'd be fun to do a nurse one. Lori, are you listening? Maybe do her in pink, because kind of like a candy striper pink, and then like a white apron, and give her a nurse's hat, like an old-fashioned nurse's hat with the cross, right? And then all the stuff in the back, we could put words about like taking care and healing and those kinds of things. Maybe some get well type stamp in there. Maybe like the heart monitor symbol. in the background. Some florals. I may do that with this bunny that we had left over. We'll do a nurse bunny. Okay, hearts. The zigzag heart rhythm. Yeah, that's what I mean. A heart and then yeah, like a heartbeat with the little rhythm. And like a get well, some flower, a floral background. We do that in the background, and then we'll do the bunny in like pink with a nurse's uniform stuff. We could maybe give her, she wouldn't have a pocket, but maybe we could give her like a clipboard. Like a patient's chart, like a clipboard. But definitely we could do like an apron. Do her all pink and then put an apron on her. Yeah, it does, Mark. There are other things you can use. I go through a lot of it and it's inexpensive, so that's what I use. Look, you can use Liquitex, Goldens, Deco Arts has one, but it smells worse than the Mod Podge. There's Collage Podge. Eileen buys one. Eileen buys one. Some PVA glue. But yeah, Mark, it does smell. All right, guys. I will see you later. Thanks for hanging out.